Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and I've got a journal flip through for you in this video. It's very similar to a journal I made earlier this year, a vintage letter or vintage stationery correspondence type of a journal. And at the time when I was making that journal, I did have the other supplies for this one, doubles of everything, or doubles of most things anyway. And I was thinking about making two at the same time, but I was saving this. I was hoarding it and I didn't want to let go of it. It's some of my favorite supplies, some of my favorite scrapbook paper. And I thought, oh, I might want to save that for my own journaling or for a different project. And then I'm like, nope, enough time has passed. I haven't still used the things, and this is what this whole year is about, is actually using the things. Even though I love it and it's a treasure and I've been hoarding it and I've managed to use the duplicates or the doubles, it's time to just go ahead and use these things. So I ended up making another journal, and it's very similar. It has its own character though, but same sort of theme, same sort of style. We've got the beautiful scrapbook paper that I absolutely love on the cover. I love this here. It reminds me of a chandelier. The vintage French book page that I stamped with this key that I love. An authentic vintage postcard. And beautiful script writing, just gorgeous. That tucks in behind there. There is one of my vintage collage journal cards here, tucked into the secret pocket as well. And one of my beautiful stamp tags I love. I've been hoarding those as well. I'm down to about my last 5 or so. I thought this one was so fitting with this journal, with the correspondence sort of letter theme. Lovely. I love the button too, so shiny. So we've got the wax seal here and the vintage themed pages, and same sort of scrapbook papers as the last journal. Authentic vintage library card here. And this one has some different vintage French themed items. So this one here is a postcard made in that vintage theme and with that French theme as well. So it says Paris, and there's I think 3 of those throughout that I was gifted with the purpose of using them in journals. So big thank you for that. And this one here is an authentic postcard, authentic vintage postcard, and I thought it matched, you know, the 2 children on the front, so that's why I put that one there, and that's why this journal has very much its own character. I put this here next to that because it's got the colors. So this one is available in my Etsy if anyone is interested. The link below to my Etsy shop is in the description box. And here, this is one of my open envelopes that I turned into a page. Love that vintage script on the front. Some vintage style labels in this envelope. I love the crinkle sound. How good is that? That I sewed into a pocket. Vintage French vocabulary card. This is authentic. This is some of my favorite vintage style writing paper. Coffee dye pages, more vintage style writing paper, parchment paper, all sort of letter themed. Another open envelope. This is a smaller one. Coffee dye paper. This one has some stitching here with this stamped vellum piece that I did, and some faux stamps inside. These are so cute. All different designs with the flowers. So I love how large these faux stamps are, and love the script of this paper. This is an open envelope as well that I just cut open. A first day of issue one. Love the vintage look of that. I've been hoarding this as well. There's one left of this one that I think I'm going to keep for me. And beautiful papers here, textures, another envelope, a pocket. Well, this one's actually made out of a book page, which is really cool. The faux stamp and label. Some extra little goodies with label pieces. This one's a vellum pocket that I've sewed together, and lovely wax seals. These are my last wax seals like this. Again, I was hoarding them thinking, oh, I'll use them for me, and then I never have. So it's like, okay, I'm going to part with them. All my journals now is using the treasures, the things that I've been struggling to part with. An altered library card that I made. Some scrappy pieces of the scrapbook paper used in this journal that you can use to make your own embellishments or to decorate the pages. Beautiful envelope. Again, I've been hoarding these. I've got about 4 or 5 left of these. Yeah, I do sort of want to keep one aside of everything for me, maybe. But I just never get around to using them. So anyway, we'll see how we go. There's a whole bunch, I think there's 10 different papers in here, really cool with that theme of stamps and letters. Here's that back of the envelope. How cool is that shape? Love that. And then we have one of my napkin envelopes with the French theme. And another French postcard with a stamp there. Really cool. And enough writing space so you can actually use the journal. One of my handmade envelopes using a book page with a faux stamp. Another envelope here that I was hoarding. Love this here. It's raised. And then some extra little pieces here. And some extra goodies at the back as well. So some things that didn't fit in envelopes, a coin seed packet and extra labels and French themed ephemera. So lots of goodies in this one. A little bit chunky, but you can take all the things out if you want. But you can also add to it with your own stories, writing, ephemera, photos, all that kind of thing. So that is the last, now that I've used the doubles, the last vintage sort of letter correspondence journal in this style. Love this pocket on the front. That is so fun. Oh, love it. It is getting a bit painful having to part with some of these things, and that might be what I do. Maybe go through everything and just choose one item from each supply and just keep a little drawer for myself where I can use it for me. I don't know. I end up using that drawer for the journals I make anyway, because I still can't bring myself to use it for myself, so why not share it with others then? Anyway guys, hope you're doing well, or let your day be whatever it is. Remember, it's okay to not be okay, and remember to give yourself lots of kindness and compassion, lots of self-care. No matter what your day brings, you are wonderful. No matter what mistakes you've made, no matter what mess you find yourself in, you are still lovable. Even when you are doing the absolute worst act and you feel like the worst person in the world, in that very moment, you are still loved, and you are created to do good and can bring good in this world just by being you. So I hope that is encouraging, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Big special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in January. If you would like to become a patron in February, and the link is down below, and that is where you get access to extra videos, all my printables, all my digital kits in my Etsy. There are post tiers, mail tiers and journal tiers as well. There is a Marco Polo tier and just lots of fun stuff over there. There is also a link to all of my available courses down below in the description box. You can join those anytime for all of my Patreon and courses. They're monthly subscriptions that work just like Netflix or Spotify, and you're charged on the date that you sign up, and you can cancel anytime.